this is where I walk you through all the different forms of energy and simple machines used in my Rube Goldberg, excluding light. This is for grading purposes. As you can see here, we start out with our phones at the beginning, which have sound energy in the form of vibration, going down an inclined plane. And we have sound already marked off on our list there. That hits the basket, that goes to our block and tackle, which is our pulleys. And as you can see, pulleys are marked off already too. We have our pulleys, which has an efficiency of 4. If you count the 4 strings there, not counting this string because it is the string attached to the actual load itself, breaking away from the block and tackle. So that's efficiency of 4, meaning that 4 times the distance for the basket to fall, then it will pull, but it takes 4 times less power. So as you can see, we had 2 cue balls in the basket, 4 cue balls in the tube, plus the string. So as you can see, it is multiplying the force that the 2 cue balls are doing by falling. And then we have our first 2 of 3 levers. We have our third class lever here, with this being the effort, this being the resistance in the form of the balls inside, and our fulcrum point right here. So that is our third class. Then we have our second class, which is the fulcrum here, the resistance here in the form of the string with the train on the track, and the dominoes in the center here using gravity as the effort. There's our second class. Then we have our train here, which provides our magnetism, as in the magnets here. As it gets pulled, it pulls along the other ones until it breaks here, allowing those to go run back there. Most of the time they'll run into that hole back there, as they did during the Rube Goldberg. Then this crashes into our little town. Then we go over here, the balls come over here. We have our weight down here, which will fall when pushed, which will pull these beads off, which acts as our mechanical energy, which has the beads storing up potential energy here, falling with kinetic energy, which turns up to be mechanical energy. So we can now check that off our list. There we go. And that pulls this weight off, which was stopping the marbles from flowing into our Archimedes screw there. So that is our first class lever. There's all the levers. Here's our screw, which is powered by this set of gears, which is our wheel and axle, and this little motor, which acts as our electrical and chemical energies. So we can check those off. Check that, and then we have our chemical, we have our electrical, and that is all of them except for one. Light energy was the other one that I forgot to put on my list that I did not use in my presentation and in my Rube Goldberg machine for issues with using direct sunlight and not having a light sensor and not finding a reliable way to use it. Now, as you can see here, the last thing we have on our list is our wedge. So after the marbles go up on the Archimedes screw, they drop down these inclined planes, going into this funnel, dropping down into this bucket, which is attached to a string with more pulleys, which had a quick release knot tied to it on this end, and it had our nice little thumbtack push pin acting as our wedge that in the end pops our balloon. So we can check off our final thing here, and that is all of our simple machines, our first, second, and third class levers, our wheel and axle, our screw, our pulley, our wedge, and I forgot to put inclined planes on here, but as you can see, they're pretty much everywhere. Then we have our types of energy: chemical, electrical, sound, mechanical, and magnetism. Light was the only one I could not get. That concludes my presentation and my video for my Rube Goldberg. Hope you guys enjoyed.